Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Developing right now, the dog owner charged in the deadly mauling of a 9-year-old girl walks out of jail and only Local 4 cameras are rolling.
Horror on Detroit's west side, a 17-month-old toddler killed by a car backing out of the driveway, and police say it was the child's mother behind the wheel.
But we're going to begin with 4 live radar and the threat of severe weather across Metro Detroit heading into tonight.
An alert that also includes the threat of a tornado. So let's start things off here at 5 with Ben.
Guys, this is one of those situations. There are still obviously some questions, but the ingredients are such that we've got to let people know that there is definitely the possibility we could see a tornado tonight. Slight risk is how the Storm Prediction Center is categorizing it. That's number 2 on the scale there, and that's for all of southern portions of Michigan. But this is what got our attention. When you actually put numbers on the tornado risk, it's 5%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but this is one of the higher numbers that we typically get here in Michigan. So we've got to be concerned about that possibility tonight. Now, there are storms starting to pop south of Kalamazoo. No warnings here so far, but we're watching it very carefully. Up to the north around Traverse, there is a severe thunderstorm warning, but those storms are moving to the east at about 40 to 45 miles per hour, so we're less concerned with what's going on up there. The bottom line is tonight between 8 and midnight is when we have to be focused. Entire area is really under the gun, but there are some spots that could be seeing worse weather than others. We'll talk about that. Obviously, severe hail and winds, possibility, but so are tornadoes. It's all on the plate tonight, and we'll talk more about it in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben, our other top story at this hour, a 17-month-old toddler hit and killed by her mother as she was backing out of the driveway.
Yeah, just awful. It happened on Faust Avenue right near 7 Mile and the Southfield Freeway. And as Jason Colthorpe shows us, the child was rushed to the hospital, but it was just too late.
The tragic call went out around 10:40 a.m.
The advice got 17-month-old child at the location injured in this accident.
Police say a 22-year-old woman was backing her Chevy Malibu out of the driveway and hit her 17-month-old girl. She was rushed to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. A distraught family member, believed to be the little girl's aunt, came home to a police investigation.
I just heard a bunch of commotion, screaming, yelling. It sounded like female voice.
Neighbors didn't realize how serious the incident was, with so many parents rushing to get their own kids off to school on the first day back. When they did hear the news, it was too much for any parent to imagine.
I couldn't imagine how she felt, and I'm quite sure it just had to be an accident because, I mean, I just don't believe it was purposely done, and no, I could not imagine because, I would just be devastated. Like, there's no coming back from that.
Well, I can only imagine, you know what I mean? And I seen the baby out playing a couple times. Now I'm sad that I didn't even get a chance to know him, to be honest with you, but I'm sorry it happened.
Investigators worked the scene into the afternoon, even taking the car as evidence.
And that does not mean there will be any charges in this case. In fact, police tell me it's way too early to speculate on that, but you get the feeling here, just a tragic accident.
Horrendous. Were there any other kids around at the time?
Neighbors say this is 2 sisters lived there, and they had at least 4 kids, so they think there were some other kids at the time, but police still sorting all of that out. Just awful, though.
Yeah. Okay, Jason, thank you. Well, developing right now, the dog owner charged in the mauling death of a 9-year-old little girl is free on bond. Only Local 4 cameras were rolling as family members led Pierre Cleveland from the Wayne County lockup after he posted his $20,000 bond. Let's bring in Larry Spruill live at the facility on Dickerson. Larry, did he say anything at all?
Good evening, David and Kimberly. He said nothing, absolutely nothing at all. But before he was released, his sister did come up to us, and she says not to show her car, not to show her brother, and not to show her. Then she walked inside with a blanket in her hand. Around 3 o'clock, he walked out of these doors, and our cameras were rolling for all of it. Mr. Cleveland, do you have any words?
No comment right now.
Around 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, Pierre Cleveland walked out of the Dickerson Division 3 facility with a blanket covering his face after spending days in jail for his connection with the death of 9-year-old Emma Hernandez. Do you have anything to say, Mr. Cleveland, to the family of the 9-year-old girl?
No comment.
Cleveland ignored my questions, even using a book to block our view. but his sister spoke for him.
And don't put my car on there. I asked y'all not to do that.
Pierre Cleveland is charged with second-degree murder, dangerous animal causing death, and involuntary manslaughter. All of this stems from August 19th. Police say his two pit bulls mauled to death little 9-year-old Emma Hernandez while she was playing outside her house. Shortly after police arrested Cleveland, a judge granted him a $2 million bond, but later that bond reduced to $20,000, and he must wear a GPS monitor. Tuesday afternoon, Pierre Cleveland is out on bond. And Cleveland will be back in court later on this month. We are live on Detroit's East Side tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Now, Larry, we saw his sister there in the video, and you mentioned that she spoke before Cleveland was released. What all did she have to say then?
Well, Kimberly, after she gave her demand, she told us that she was doing that because she says that lately, or since the death, that he was receiving death threats. So she just wanted to protect her brother. Kimberly?
All right, Larry, thanks.
It has been a monster storm, though we do have some good news to report tonight about Hurricane Dorian. The storm has been downgraded to a Category 2 storm. That qualifies for good news given where we've been. It is still big. It is still leaving a lot of devastation behind it. Let's take a look at some new video that we're just getting in. And let's, of course, start in the Bahamas, where the storm surge and close to 30 inches of rain pounded the islands. This is what it looks like in Freeport, and they actually didn't get the worst of it. Let's, though, head now, if I can get the video to click for me. There we go. Let's move up north to the center coast of Florida, where the waves from Dorian have been pounding the shoreline. They've been prompting evacuations up and down the coast and even further north. And I do mean that because the hurricane is now on a northerly path. Let's look at video now from Savannah, Georgia, well north of where we thought this was going to hit. People standing in line waiting to be bussed out before Dorian strikes. So let's turn things over to Ben with the latest data on Dorian here at the top of the hour. Ben?
Yeah, Devin, good news for folks further south, not so good news for Savannah north, and that's where we're going to be focused here in the coming days. This is the latest advisory out, Category 2 storm with 110-mile-per-hour winds. As it moves to the north over the next 36 hours plus, we're really going to start to watch that area from Savannah to Charleston up through the North Carolina coast. This is Thursday at 2 o'clock. The center of Dorian very close to the South Carolina coast. In fact, the coast is in the cone, so we've got to watch that. It gets even closer to making landfall here in North Carolina near the Outer Banks. That's as we get into Friday, and then it will weaken as a Category 1 storm and move away. But this gave us hope today on the satellite. You saw the eye disappear. The cloud tops got warmer. That storm really weakened, but now we're seeing the eye start to reform as it makes its way to the northwest. So we'll continue to monitor this as we go forward into the end of the week. As Dorian loses a little bit of its steam, make no mistake, this is still a serious storm. 5 dead in the Bahamas, dozens more injured, and as it inches closer to the coast, evacuations are underway. Jamie Garola is in Pompano Beach, Florida tonight. Jamie?
More heartbreaking images from the Bahamas, where the magnitude of devastation continues to grow. This is dramatic video of a journalist and his family abandoning their home, escaping by wading through water chest high, carrying their dogs. It's the story of thousands of other victims, at least 13,000 homes severely damaged or destroyed.
This is the water by my back door and glass.
Hurricane Dorian parked over the islands for a day and a half, but the U.S. Coast Guard raced to the Bahamas, providing relief, rescue, and humanitarian aid.
It's as if we're fighting a war with the enemy having all the weapons at its disposal, and we have absolutely nothing. We're hopeless.
Dorian has since lost strength and is finally moving away from the Bahamas. Now the hurricane aiming toward the U.S., appearing to spare Florida. But the governor and other officials telling residents to stay alert.
While we think this is a much better track than what we were looking at 72 hours ago, we just ask people to stay safe, remain vigilant.
Don't assume anything, because it only takes a movement here or a movement there, and we're back into the hurricane force winds.
Up the East Coast into Savannah, people are still preparing for the worst, with long lines of evacuees looking for shelter. North Carolina's coastline also bracing for impact, boarding up, packing up, and getting out. And even with this intermittent weather, there are signs that some areas in Florida are returning back to normal. Streets are full with traffic now. Some stores have reopened, also some of the major airports. And in some areas, schools will resume tomorrow. In Pompano Beach, Florida, Jamie Garola, NBC News.
So as it gets closer to the Carolina coast, this is likely going to be a Category 2 storm, which is an improvement over 5, but that's still going to be significant.
Yeah. The way that it has just sat there all weekend. Somebody over the weekend compared it to, think about a tornado hanging over your house for 6 hours instead of hitting and moving on.
And a lot of those people in the Bahamas did not go anywhere, and that had to have been scary.
All right, our sister stations in Florida are on the air around the clock covering Hurricane Dorian, and we are streaming their coverage. You'll find that live right now on our website at clickondetroit.com. We've got the link right there on the homepage.